Thank you, everyone, for holding. We are now joined with head coach Sharon Baldwin Tenor of Georgia State. If you have a question for Coach Baldwin Tenor, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions. Again, please press star 1 to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Baldwin Tenor of Georgia State. Coach, before we get to questions, you guys are coming off of a win against Appalachian State last Thursday, and you make your Arkansas road trip this weekend with Arkansas State and Little Rock coming up on Thursday and Saturday. Can you just give us a comment on how the season's gone so far for you and what you're looking forward to as we come down the stretch in conference play?
This has been really a inconsistent, I guess, year for us. But I think, any kind of problem that you could have, we've had. We have some injuries. We've had some people not being able to play for other reasons. And, I think when we've got everybody on the same page and we're out there playing and we have everybody available, we're a different basketball team than we are, actually today. So, I was really proud of our team playing at Appalachian State and getting a big win for us. That was a huge win to win on the road. Anytime you win on the road in a conference, I think it's big, and I think the challenges will be big this week as well, heading to Arkansas State and Little Rock. But what we're hoping, we should get a couple players back from injury soon, and hopefully have a full deck here as we hit the last stretch here going into the conference tournament.
All right, thank you, Coach. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press star 1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Baldwin Tenor. Our first questions come from Dan McDonald with McD Media. Dan, please go ahead.
Morning, Coach. You talked about inconsistency. I know you probably haven't shot it as well from perimeter as you had hoped. Is that something that was a little bit of a concern going in? And what are some specific things you need to do when you talk about that second half of the year in order to get it together and make a run? The first question, I will say I thought that we were in pretty good shape, being able to shoot the ball from the outside with Makiba Ponder coming back, obviously one of the best three-point shooters in the league, but I think that we've got to have some other players step up as well, and she's not shot it particularly well. She shot it well in a couple of games, and we've played well, but I think we do have to be able to do that. I think there have been some teams that have zoned us, and we've struggled shooting it from the outside. As far as the second question is concerned, I think the biggest thing we need to do is get all our players back out on the floor, being able to practice and being able to do some other things. We have a lot of new players, a lot of freshmen that are making a big impact on our basketball team, and I think it takes them a little while. There's a little bit of a learning curve there in order to get comfortable and really understand what it is that we're trying to do offensively and defensively. So, hopefully every day we'll get another player out there possibly and, be 14 strong as we head in this last stretch here. Hopefully the last 8 or 10 games we'll have everybody available and then heading into the conference tournament. Can you tell me just who are a couple of the people that you're hoping to get back soon that will play a key role?
Tatiana Jackson, who was actually starting early. She sat out last year from UTC, transfer from Chattanooga, and was really starting to play really well and was injured in Florida before our Bethune-Cookman Cookman game. And hopefully to get her back in a week or two. She probably was our best defensive player, one of our smarter players, and really took care of the ball and did a lot of things inside and out. And then Kiera Henry as well has been out. My guess is about 3 weeks as well with the injury, and she also is one of our better defensive players. I think they gave us quickness, they gave us size defensively, and so now we're a little bit different as far as that's concerned. The other couple of players that are out are Makiba Ponder and Anastasia Tyler that are our 2 leading scorers this year. They were suspended the last 2 games and these 2 games as well this week for violation of team rules.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Dan. One final question, Coach Baldwin Tenor. We had Arkansas State's head coach, Brian Boyer, on the line before, and he was talking about the strength of the conference, and also Kip Drown from Georgia Southern mentioned the defensive efforts of all the teams in the conference. Do you see the Sun Belt Conference as one of the better defensive, as a whole, the teams in the conference playing a certain defensive style that gives a lot of teams in this conference trouble as we, head down the conference stretch here?
Absolutely. I think that this is one of the best defensive conferences in the country. There's no doubt. We've played a lot of teams and we're able to score against other teams a lot more than we're able to score against teams in the conference, to tell you the truth. It was easier and they just limit your open looks, and there's a good mix. I mean, there's man, there's zone, there's pressing. I think every night you've got to go out and play against something different, and so that makes a big difference, and that's a challenge too to your basketball team. You may have to play a completely different team Thursday that you play on Saturday, but I think the defensive teams in this league they're very good.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time, and best of luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. As a reminder, we will be back here shortly with head coach Gary Broadhead of UL Lafayette.